Hi, this is Tom Hess, and I welcome you to a very special video where you are going to discover how you can become the #1 guitar teacher in your area, increase your annual income 4 to 6 times, and make your teaching skills highly effective to enable your students to reach their musical goals faster than other teachers in your area can do. I'm going to show you what you have to do to build your own successful teaching business. These models are the exact same that I have developed and used for my own very successful business and with other guitar teachers that I have mentored. Well, let's get started. What is the ultimate goal for most guitar teachers? You offer your students greater value and dramatically increase your income while actually teaching less hours per week. Let's begin by having a look at some simple math. 100 students times $100 times 12 months equals $120,000 per year teaching guitar. Yes, this is true. This is not an unrealistic number. I teach well over 250 students per month, and I know other guitar teachers who are also very successful in their businesses because they now know what to do and how to do it. Looking at this great potential, it is quite surprising that there are still so many guitar teachers who struggle to live their life on teaching income only, because most of them have a really hard time to find and keep enough students, or they aren't able to accept any more new students if their teaching schedule becomes full. Why is this so? Well, either they have never seen a better alternative to the common teaching model, or they don't have the right strategies, tools, and methods to build a teaching business that creates extraordinary income much more easily. Being hugely successful with the traditional one-on-one private lessons teaching business model is very hard. Everybody who teaches in this conventional way already knows this. Let me show you some of the restrictions that are typical for this kind of teaching business. Restriction number 1. The traditional one-on-one private lessons teaching model only allows you to work with a very limited number of people. The maximum amount of time per day you can teach using this model is about 6 hours. That's 30 one-hour private lessons per week or 60 half-hour lessons per week. If you already teach full-time, then you know that teaching 8 hours per day, 5 days per week, is not easy because although you might be available all day to teach, most of your students can only see you after work or school. This typically makes it unrealistic to teach 8 hours every day. No matter how many hours per week you can teach, once your schedule becomes full, you can't accept any more new students. Obviously, this will limit your income. Restriction number 2. The traditional one-on-one private lessons teaching model requires a massive amount of work that you have to invest into your teaching business. In addition to teaching full-time, you have to prepare some lessons in advance, deal with additional student support, schedule changes, cancellations, and making up missed lessons. Besides dealing with these lesson-related issues, you have to put time and effort into working on the business. You need to create an effective marketing strategy for your teaching business, implement the promotion, talk with new students on the phone, and keep up with your email correspondence. Plus, you want to practice your guitar, perform, write songs, or record your own music. And you need to balance all the other aspects of your professional and personal life. Sooner or later, teaching in this way will likely make you feel overwhelmed and, even worse, burned out. It's not only you who suffers, but so do your students when all of this begins to negatively influence the quality of your teaching. Restriction number 3. The traditional one-on-one private lessons teaching model gives you only 2 ways to increase your income. You can either try to work more hours or you can try to raise the price of your lessons. Now that you see how this model limits the number of students you can teach, the only remaining option is to raise the cost of your lessons. But raising the rates of your lessons may not always be the best way to earn more money. Restriction number 4. The traditional teaching model puts you in direct competition with all the other guitar teachers because almost everyone teaches using the same basic model. Students who are looking for a teacher have many to choose from. Now, from the perspective of the student, you are all doing things in the same basic way. Therefore, students often think that it doesn't really matter if they learn from you or from someone else. You know that you are special and unique, and that choosing you over someone else may be in the best interest of a prospective new student. But they don't know that because they are usually not informed and make false assumptions about guitar lessons, guitar teachers, and how learning to play guitar really works. When you allow yourself to be grouped together with all the other teachers, then these false assumptions will likely work against you. Restriction number 5. The traditional one-on-one private lessons teaching model severely restricts the musical growth of your students. Most guitar teachers assume that students learn best in a one-on-one environment. This has been proven to be false. While one-on-one private lessons can be good in some situations, it is not the most effective way to learn to play guitar and become a musician. Consider this. In one-on-one private lessons, the entire learning process happens in the sterile environment of total isolation. Therefore, there are no real opportunities for your students to interact with other musicians, to truly apply what they are learning, and to integrate all of their musical skills together. Using the traditional guitar teaching model is not the way to become the dominant guitar teacher in your local area. So what is the solution?